Oh, welcome to another episode of Panel Pals. I am Skull Ryan.
No, MNStash, hello.
And today, it's a very special day actually. If this comes out on time as planned, it's the 1 year anniversary of the Panel Pals, mate.
We've made it.
We've done it.
1
I know
year.
we've skipped a few weeks here and there. I don't think we're quite on 52 episodes, but you know, still been a year. And what better way to celebrate than reading a bit of Ultimate Spider-Man?
I mean, unfortunately, it's the lesser.
Yeah, it was a bit
quality.
shit.
But
So,
it's still Spidey.
So with it being, you know, a milestone, me and you, we love Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man's boss. We love Spider-Man villains, so it's a nice occasion because all the villains seem to have teamed up. We're reading Ultimate 6, a less than stellar installment in the life of Ultimate Peter Parker.
Yeah, it's pretty lackluster, and he's barely in the book, and the covers kept having him like front and center, like nearly every issue.
Yeah, Spidey didn't turn up till like the end of issue 3. It was mostly about Nick Fury. There was one specific part that had me thinking, where is all the fun? The Sinister Five have taken refuge in the Kingpin's lake house or beach house or whatever, and they're all sitting round in black tops and camo pants. And I'm thinking, where the fuck are all the cool costumes? Why? Who is who? These are superpowered cartoon characters from a comic book, and I can't tell who is who, except the bald one's Electro.
Well, it's just the artwork was also pretty poor, and I think his faces sort of blended in after a while.
It wasn't Bagley. Do you remember who it was?
No, but I saved this one photo of Peter that looked like fucking horrendous. It's it's that one photo where he's talking to Fury, and it's just like horrible. When his face looks deformed.
He didn't even have the ultimate Peter haircut. It was
No,
just
it's just
completely...
whatever.
Yeah. Pencilers were Trevor hair sign and Joe Crusader.
Ah.
That explains it. It was written by Bendis, though, so this is canon to what we've seen from Peter up to this point.
I thought it was funny that he didn't actually wear his mask, besides like in flashbacks.
And he's just sitting around like S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, so everyone, even low-level S.H.I.E.L.D. grunts, see him and think, oh yeah, that's Peter Parker. But mainly, when they attack the White House at the end, he's not got his friggin' mask on.
Yeah, why didn't he put it on?
It made I know, yeah.
Why
Anyone
would
in Washington
brought everything but the mask?
It's ridiculous, dude. There was a lot of stuff in this that just made me think, what the hell? Where was Gwen?
Wasn't she like mentioned at the start for like not flunking the test? And that was pretty much it.
When he rings Aunt May to check she's okay, even though he's watching her on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s surveillance monitors, she says, like, there's some dinner in the fridge, and there's enough if you want to invite Mary Jane over for yous both. And I was like, okay, but what's Gwen eating? Where's Gwen?
The story kind of felt disconnected. It might be canon, but it still just didn't feel like it belonged a part of the main continuity.
Absolutely, it was very weird. Like, apparently it's been months that they've been locked away, so it's now been months since we last saw Norman. When he gets the shit beat out of him by Giant Man, when he tries to transform, it then cuts to 3 months later. As we've often discussed, the entirety of Ultimate takes place within 9 months. So
it's also just like, I think it's weird to have all these Spider-Man villains feature in this more Nick Fury Ultimate setting.
Yeah, because why is he
Because it
not
just
helped
doesn't
out
feel
before?
like a Spidey story. He's barely in it.
There's just nothing like. Firstly, I've always thought this was stupid. Why have you put everyone who specifically hates this one kid you're meant to be trying to protect, literally cellmates in the same room? They can all hear each other at all times. He knows, like, every bastard who Spider-Man's took down. Let's put them all together. What is? I thought Fury was meant to be clever.
Plus, like, I thought it was stupid when they had Otto's arms, like, and they showed him just because he said he was like ready to reform.
Straight away, yeah. There was no
It's
build up to
so
that. He was literally
stupid.
like, and then it cuts out and he's like impaled everyone, but Giant
Yeah.
Man just happens to survive because he's a named character.
The the plot armor of actually being important.
Yeah, everyone else got absolutely impaled by the tentacles, but
Mate,
Hank's okay. Don't worry about Hank.
I barely read like the other heroes of the Ultimate Universe, but it just feels so like because I'm just used to the 616. The
Yeah,
Ultimates just feel really wrong compared to
the
like the
assholes,
Avengers.
the
Yeah,
absolute assholes, except for Iron Man.
there's no color. They're all the same dark and
The
broody, you know.
military. Listen, dude, I'm not taking the piss. 9/11 ruined it. Like,
It's just,
they're all counter-terrorist task force instead of superheroes.
but even
Captain
like Captain
America.
America sucks.
Oh, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's such a dick.
I did like when Nick Fury was talking and then Cap was just standing there and he's like, "What?
Yeah.
What, Captain?" He's
um,
always like so moody, Captain America, and he always just sort of looks for a way to like suggest to kill the villain.
I have read more or less all of the Ultimate up until Peter dies. I've read bits afterwards, but it does really go to shit. Like, I've read all X-Men, I've read all Ultimates, and yet all the Ultimates are just dickheads.
It is, yeah, but they're very much like you said, just this anti-terrorist task force. Because
Yeah.
all I've seen them do is pull up to like someone who has powers and go, "You're illegal now. Come with us."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this
Even,
it's just a bit
like,
stupid.
I can't imagine any of them like out on patrol. Like in 616, you'd see Captain America walking the streets and like waving at like kids as he walks past, but this fella's like only going into active hostage situations.
There's no charisma about them.
Even Thor's like he's a mega hippie in the Ultimates. The only cool thing about him is his hammer. It's all just wrong. As you said, it is all just wrong. There's nothing superheroic about them. They're just super thugs. Which is ironic because that's what he says about the Ultimate Six.
But I also just think that they're like every costume sucks. Like Iron Man's I think sucks. Caps is just a shit version of the classic.
Yeah, he's
And
wearing
then
like his normal top and then, as I say, camouflage pants. Even though he's why is he wearing
Thor's
camouflage pants if he's in bright blue and red and white top? Who's he
Thor's
hiding from?
outfit is horrible, man. I
Oh
hate
yeah,
that look so much. When I saw like work boots on him or whatever, like actual boots on Thor, I just
yeah.
thought, why? He's Asgardian.
Did you notice when the six break out in issue 3? It's like shows all the Ultimates receiving like the beeper, and they're all like Tony shagging someone. They're all just like going about the business, but they had to show Widow in the shower.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
She ends up
It's
betraying
the
them.
Oh, like in how in Ultimate Alliance they always think that she's the traitor.
Yeah, yeah. But in Ultimate, she actually is. She betrays them to Loki and the Ultimate Masters of Evil, but they're not even called that because we can't have fun in Ultimate.
the,
Sinister Six
the
is a
master,
cool fucking name.
the master of terrorism would be the.
Like, I understand you want people to know this is Ultimate, but the side of the book already says Ultimate Marvel. It says Ultimates and Ultimate Spider-Man. Why would they call themselves Ultimate 6? It's stupid.
But there wasn't even 6 of them, and I hated the fact that they were like Osborn was running with the thing of Peter will be a 6th member.
Yeah,
Because it just wasn't. It wasn't the Sinister. It wasn't the Ultimate Six.
wasn't there?
It
Oh,
was just 5 of them,
mate.
and they all sucked as anyway.
They all sucked it.
Spidey. As soon as Spidey realized that Aunt May was safe, he one punched Norman.
Yeah, Norman Osborn, who friggin' the Norman and Octavius are the only ones we've got any idea of character for. Like
But it's
Electro,
like,
we've seen him before, but what does Electro want in life? In
but even
616,
the
he wants to be respected. God.
this Norman was saying how now he's stronger because he fully understands the workings of his powers. He was
Yeah.
weaker than he was before. He got Spidey almost knocked him out with one hit, and then he just got fucking blasted away
Captain
by Iron
America
Man.
takes him. He like the
So
fact Captain America lasts against him any point of time tells you all
they
you need to know.
sucked in this, man. They were so weak. You know, who the biggest loser was? Fucking
Kraven.
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, yeah, dude. We thought he might
And
finally get some respect, but
is he Russian
no,
in
no.
this now? Because I swear to God, I thought he was
He
Australian.
does. He's Australian, but in this, Electro asks him like if he's shagged any like bit
He's like, I
celebrities, and he
won.
goes,
He
"I
says
do
like
not
won.
want to say." It's like, what the fuck? You're Australian, dude.
I was so confused. It was like
And this
it's like Ben
forgot.
just realized how shit it was. He's like, you know what? I'm just making a Russian again.
It's like and this between last time we saw Kraven and this, Ben just read Kraven's last hunt and thought, oh shit, he is quite cool actually, isn't he? But
He
like
was such a loser. All he did was complain about Peter being a boy, and then he got tasered or punched
Norman
or
tells him off. Norman's like, Kraven, you know you're the weakest of us all. Shut up, sit down. But like in the Oval Office, Kraven's finally gonna get his revenge. He's like he's got Spider-Man where he wants him, and he's like, I'm gonna eat your heart. And then out of nowhere, a stray lightning bolt kills him. And Peter just goes, oh, okay.
because he's so much of a in Ultimate Universe, he is Chameleon. Like that's he's the fucking
Oh,
chameleon of the
oh my
1610
god.
mate. He's that much of a loser.
I
It's
do not like the lion powers Kraven. I didn't like it in Spectacular either.
did they get the idea here for Spectacular? They would have, wouldn't they?
Yeah, this is where it starts, but it's just so stupid how like he's cool because he's like a normal dude who just takes the hunt so seriously. Giving him
Yeah,
random dog shit powers is just why.
it's very much like the most laziest way you can amp up Craven is just, well, but if he was actually like a tiger or a lion or animal, it's like okay, but that's not really interesting though, is it?
It's not really Kraven, is it? You're thinking the puma.
You
Yeah, what if
just
he
get
was
the
a puma?
potions out, mate.
The whole
Sandman was
six.
pretty shit.
Sandman, I don't know if he's got brain damage or what, but he's got nothing interesting to say, ever. He's just there because they needed a fifth member.
And also, he's actually like a proper asshole in this world.
Yeah, doesn't it say like he tried to mug someone, went home, beat up his girlfriend, and like shot
Because he failed.
he battered the policeman who arrested him, and he ended up dying. So he's like a piece of shit, like actual
Whereas in the
psycho.
616, he was like this in-depth character who like secretly had a heart of gold. But here he's just there's no redeeming quality at all.
Imagine if this Sandman joined the Ultimates, like the original joined the Avengers.
He'd fit
So
in
what
though.
the
That's the
fuck?
thing. He'd fit in
Yeah.
perfectly.
Do you reckon that's what Fury's kind of trying to do? That's why he's got all of them in the same location. He might be trying to build up because Hank Pym's giving them therapy. So do you reckon S.H.I.E.L D are trying to like build like a B team of Ultimates full of Spidey villains?
Oh, I mean, like,
Is he?
probably Shield in this is pretty stupid, especially with the way that like Cap was saying, we should really just end them. And then Fury's like, nah, but we need to know what makes them, their powers and shit. It's like, well, you guys are just asking for it.
Well, Cap says at the end, and he's like, "You wanting the next war to be genetic is willing this war into
Yeah,
existence." Like, if you weren't so obsessed with like getting ahead of the game, there wouldn't be a game to play.
it's so stupid.
It is
And
very
it's
stupid.
funny because if in this moment, if Nick Fury like actually just ended the Ultimate Six or the Ultimate Five, then Spidey would have never died.
True. I was just about to say to you, actually, does Kraven at the very end when Peter's about to die and the Sinister Six go to his house? I don't think Kraven even transforms. Does Bendis forget that he gave him lion powers?
Well, he forgot he was Australian, so I just think he
Yeah.
just doesn't care about Kraven at all. Like even like Electro is apparently like you can see his like private area when he's blue form.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
dude,
just
Pan.
thought that you don't. So it's like wait, so literally, probably to Spider-Man in that game, he'd just see his thing out, but to us it was censored. I
Biff
just thought
Tannen
that like
again, dude.
I thought that when he went like blue, it just didn't show. Like it just goes sort of like Silver Surfer esque.
Yeah, be like Blairy type.
No, but apparently it's just full display. His hair grew weirdly. I don't. I never.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting, man.
Did you notice like the half scars of the classic sort of look?
Yeah, it's like
'Cause that's all we
drawn on. It
fucking
looks
get,
fucking
you know?
stupid, dude. I thought it looked stupid as hell.
It
And
only gets worse.
yeah, yeah. I do like how the second he powers up, it's like fried off, and he like checks his head at the start. He's like, "There we go." When the FBI
It,
agents are asking him about finding him in Fisk's basement, and he's like, "Hang on a sec," and then he explodes into lightning.
it's kind of sad how like Web of Shadows had one of the best like redesigns
Oh, I
for
fucking love
Electro.
Web of Shadows Electro. Yeah, mate, he looks sick. He looks like he's losing it, but he looks absolutely boss.
But the thing is, like, we had that one design, and that's like the last game that actually tried to make him look like Electro. And now we're just stuck
Yeah.
with like scarred starfish face.
Insomniac literally just took the dude from Infamous and changed his colour of his jacket. Like, the fact he's wearing a stupid device to give him a slight looking lightning bolt on his chest. That's so lame, dude.
I hated his design in Ultimate Alliance 2. How like the mask was sort of more like wrapped around his head as opposed to like standing out.
In Marvel Knight Spider-Man, the comic, it like wraps around his head, and then when he powers up, it like sparks out.
I just sort of wish that just they stuck with the classic because I
Oh,
people hate on it, but I love the classic scene.
I love it, dude.
Shocker,
I've
not Shocker,
googled it.
Electro.
That
Shocker 2 I
oh,
love as well. His suit's awesome.
that Ultimate Alliance 2 Electro just it looks stupid. It looks like 2 on his face. It looks like he's been attacked by Starro instead. Even 3 hasn't got the things poking out. It's just like wrapped tighter. How hard is it,
It's
dude? He's got one of the actual super villain costumes. He's not like Sandman just going out in his day clothes. And he's not like Lizard where he's just a monster. Like, he sat down and designed that suit because he wants attention. That's his whole thing. As I was going to say before, this Electro, what does he actually want other than money? Like, he's just some random punk who's been given electric powers and is now a bodyguard for Wilson Fisk. None of the 6 have character. Even Dr. Octopus, he like bullshits pretending to have noble intentions, and then the second he can get out and escape, he goes and busts the rest free.
Yeah, there's no proper like depth within the motivations of the story to really make it feel like it's all worthwhile. Norman's the only one where you could understand where he's coming from.
Yeah,
It almost feels like more like this story was meant to just be Norman, but then they wanted to like throw in the rest to sort of promote it as a Sinister Six story because it
yeah,
really just wasn't.
absolutely. The whole ending is like very personal to Norman. I know we've said before that Norman seems to be like the ultimate Spidey villain for this version of the character, but based on this, he's the only one with anything to him.
Yeah, yeah, he's the only one like that they clearly care about. I
He
mean, and
drives
he's
the
the one that
plot. He's
kills
got
them in
all
the
the
end.
story. Yeah. So even friggin' Doctor Octopus, like the main, not main, but he's like the second in charge. He's normally the one in charge of the six, and he's just Norman's little bitch. Yeah.
And he's happy about it too. He follows along perfectly.
Yeah, he doesn't like betray him or nothing, which is considering he's betrayed him before because he was giving Norman secrets to Roxxon back during the Doctor Octopus no, it was a level then story.
But it does very much feel like, well, it's technically canon. They've really condensed down the lore to fit this story. And I just, it kind of feels like an annual issue that you just don't have to read.
True, mate. But I know this does end up being important later because of what Harry says at the end, where he's like threatening to kill them all. Obviously, that's going to come back to come back to bite Spider-Man. But other than that, you can read the first issue and the last issue and get the gist because nothing really happens in between.
The Ultimate Spider-Man one was just like completely irrelevant. It just like if you're not reading the other books, it just the whole point is that it just establishes Sandman.
Yeah, it just goes, yeah, he has fought Sandman, look, see? But when you go back
Yeah,
and read Double Trouble, which was the volume 3 with Dr. Octopus and Kraven, it's literally, he beats Dr. Octopus and he goes home.
yeah, like there's nothing to it.
Nothing at all, mate.
The story's like useless. It's just shoved in, you know, I guess to sort of like to try to capitalize on a Sinister Six team up.
What year did this come out? I'm wondering if Sandman had like just been in the movie or something.
This was '03, I think.
Christ. So now we've still got 3 years since until Spider-Man 3.
Well, I mean, soon we're gonna get like Doc Ock and the Hollywood
Oh yeah,
story, which would be like,
that
you
is
know, perfect.
literally, that is next for us, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, this would have been to capitalize on Spidey 2.
Plus, in issue 55, Doc Ock looks just like how he did in the film.
Is that the one with the cover where he's in the trench coat?
Yeah, and he's got like the red eyes on the tentacles.
Sick.
I mean, I'm a bit worried, like as we were saying before, the series is gonna get to a point very soon where it's kind of just lackluster.
Yeah, but we'll soldier
We're
on.
bit nervous for that.
It was like we've got like Silver Sable and that coming up, don't we?
Human Torch, Sable.
Oh
Um,
Christ, the Amazing Friends. No.
I think Black Cat when he when she vomits on his dick.
that one's also got like Moon Knight and Iron Fist.
I always liked like how Bagley made sure he drew Spider-Man looking extra like geeky.
Like a little baby in here who's blowing
Yeah, like
kisses to Black Cat.
it looks horrible, man. Like I understand that reaction completely.
What Sinister Six do you prefer? This one or New Ultimate?
They're both severely like underdeveloped. Like
Yeah, they're
really.
both shit compared to like the real six, but
Um, honestly, it still have to be this one because at least this feels like it feels more like a Sinister Six than the other one.
the other one are like an Illuminati, aren't they? Really,
Well, like it's
secretly
annoying
running New
because
York.
well, like I think having Kingpin as a member cheats the whole six thing.
Yeah,
Um, because we might as well like for this Sinister Six, we might as well count the one that kills Peter with like Vulture and shit.
yeah.
Um, and then you got
Is that only
Mysterio, who's
five as
like,
well? Don't
sorry,
they? Sorry, but later on, as a spoiler for you, one of the six dies as they escape prison. Is there still only five of them when they go and kill Peter?
there's Electro, Norman, Sandman, Vulture,
And Kraven.
Kraven. Did I say Electro?
Yeah, and I'll just say Doctor
Doc
Octopus
Ock.
gets killed. Doc Ock escapes with them, but he gets killed and doesn't actually go to kill Peter with them. So it's like
They
again,
both
there's only
suck
five.
being a Sinister Six.
Literally, the both times the Sinister Six
But even
assemble
like,
in the
I'd
Ultimate
argue
Universe,
that
there's not
the
enough.
new one's worse. Because I always think that having Kingpin as a member cheats the whole thing, because he's more like,
Yeah,
he feels more like the benefactor as opposed to like the leader of
like
the
in
team.
nineties, like in the '90s
Yeah,
animated series where he assembles
yeah.
them instead of Doc Ock. Sorry, the Insidious Six.
And then also, Mysterio doesn't really count as a member either, because it's like multiple Mysterios, and
Yeah, one of them's
they got
betrayed
like
them.
actually just four villains. And then wait, and then Mole
Right.
Man doesn't even want to be evil. He wants to
He's
help Peter.
betrayed
So
them as well.
it's like three. It's
And the new Black Cat
Craven's
seems to be
dead.
turning that way as well.
Craven's dead.
Craven's dead. So it's Kingpin and Mister Negative versus Spidey and his mysterious friends.
Oh, that fucking series, man.
Crazy dude. I always think
I
it's
hate
cheating
the
when
downfall of it.
it does seem to be going. I always think a Sinister Six shouldn't have the Goblin and it shouldn't have Venom.
Oh, Venom
Goblin's
definitely
too
has.
unhinged. Venom is just a so Venom firstly, if he's like Eddie Brock, where he's like, I'm punishing Spider-Man because he's guilty of taking of hurting the innocent. Why would he then team up with psychopaths like Electro and Doctor Octopus?
The only
But
time Venom
yeah,
should be in the Sinister Six is if you run out of action figures to play with, and I'm not just projecting about my childhood.
and then he betrays them at the end anyway, mate.
Just eats their fucking head.
um, however, though, in the Ultimate Universe, because every villain's a piece of shit, I'm okay with Norman being like the top piece of shit.
Yeah,
616,
it
no
can't. Yeah,
way. But they're all assholes in this, so I can see these working together to kill
six
one
one
little kid.
six needs Doc Ock to be the leader.
Oh yeah, dude, he's the master planner, mate. He
He's
knows what he's
yeah.
doing.
I always thought my favorite like variation when it's not the classic was the second team with like Hobgoblin and stuff.
Oh hell yeah, Kraven's dead, so you get Hobgoblin in there, dude.
And there was Mysterio. Mysterio was still there. Shocker
Yeah,
was there for an issue. I remember.
he wasn't
I
in the
remember the
six
cover.
though. He was the threat, but it was like Spidey fights the Shocker, while the Sinister Six rob something from this warehouse.
And also like like it's like one of the most iconic plans ever for the Sinister Six. Like you can't beat making everyone immune to cocaine.
What a mate! The shit he could do if he had his head on straight.
Yeah, he literally could like solve so many issues for the world, but he just kind of wants to kill Spider-Man instead.
I'll tell you what was shit though, mate. The one in Dan Slott's Ends of the Earth. Because for some reason, you've got Mysterio and Chameleon. Absolutely redundant Because Mysterio does everything Chameleon does, and
But
more,
better. Yeah.
and better. So, why even have Chameleon there?
That's like, I think the age old question for like every Spidey fan. Why have Chameleon there?
Why is Chameleon here? I was thinking the other day, do you reckon Chameleon would do better as a Daredevil villain? Is All Fingers lying and Daredevil's the human lie detector, but could Chameleon play the role so convincingly that he escapes Matt's radar?
Well, with a bit of tweaking, and that would be a better use of him, considering he's like fucking useless. Like the only story
Yeah.
I like of Chameleon is when Peter was in like that "I am the Spider" phase, and he
Is
was
this where
gonna like
Chameleon fancied him and threw himself off a
he,
bridge?
he was gonna like didn't he? It was like during the Parent Saga as well, and like this is when we
Yeah.
thought Chameleon did it, and he was like fucking pissed.
Yeah,
Like when he
mate.
had didn't he have like Craven's grave, like the gravestone? He's gonna like kill him with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sick. That's like the only memorable Chameleon thing.
I just remember how both Aunt May and Mary Jane have defeated him without Peter's assistance.
You know, like I think the best what's the word? Feat the Chameleon has done would just be when he's like pretending to be Peter Parker and somehow kissed or slept with someone that he knows.
Oh yeah, his roommate, the angry
That's like,
Latina.
didn't he also kiss like Mary Jane in the show?
Yeah,
It's like
because
the
like
only time he's actually won has been that. So I wouldn't like. There has to be a story where he just actively tries to be Peter Parker, because for some reason it's like the only time he wins.
the only time he feels good about himself is when he's someone else. Christ,
Well, if I wore
Chameleon.
that like colorful costume in the '70s, I would feel fucking shitty too.
Oh, mate. Single appearance costume, and we don't let him live it down. I'd love to think Kraven caught him wearing it. I was like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" And that's why he's never touched it again. He's bullied him about it.
Our fathers would be
That's another thing.
the Sonya.
They say in this. They say in this. His name is Sergei Kravenov, a very Russian name for an
Yeah,
Australian
not
man.
yeah.
Uh,
It's so
even though I'm pretty
stupid.
sure it's ridiculous. He's forgot his own story.
But even just like how useless they are, like didn't they say like we'll be using his team to broadcast shit? And then like
Yeah,
Shield just goes there in 2 seconds and then shuts it all down again.
yeah. And then Norman was like, "Oh yeah, I was lying about that. It was all to get them chasing like the wrong egg."
So like I really don't like this Craven.
Nah, me neither,
If
dude.
if you were writing a story, what costume would your chameleon be in?
Ooh, gotta be the multicolor. He's finally
You're
gonna
gonna bring
take
her
this
back?
super villain thing serious.
Oh, he like he wants to show it off, but then the only villain around's fucking Daredevil, so he just can't even see it.
What about like the '90s where he just wears like a spy cat suit in the cartoon
That's the one I was most familiar with, because like
with the belt?
I had the '90s action figure and then the show. I don't
Nice.
mind when he wears like just a normal suit.
I love how the show didn't give him a voice for being chameleon. He always just used someone else's. That added so much like mysteriousness to him.
I thought that episode was pretty stupid though, like in the '90s show.
Yeah, with Fury's eye patch.
Yeah, but
You
also
printed my
like,
eye patch the wrong way. Wait a minute.
but even
His eye
just
patch.
like no one fucking recognizes the belt.
Yeah. It's so stupid. As you were saying about Electro's dick then, maybe it's like we can see it, but they can't.
Oh, yeah, just
And
so
then
we have
they
a
can see
visual
Electro's
distinction.
dick. We can.
Oh, dude, hands.
And then Spectacular does it so much better, where like there is little hints that it's chameleon, but it doesn't outright tell you. Like as I said to you the other day, when he's pretending to be Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin attacks Oscorp, and he's like, a thief? What did he steal? Imply instead of what did he steal? Implying like, oh shit, I'm a thief too. And when Dr. Connors, what in the Black Cat episode, where Dr. Connors walks back into the lab and sees Spider-Man and Black Cat fighting over the symbiote, he's got two human-colored hands. When
Oh,
Dr.
I've
Connors
never
obviously has a
noticed that.
silver one. It's for like, I don't know if it was an animation error or if it was a hint that it's chameleon.
Like
But
when they
as he
color it
walks in the
wrong.
door, yeah, as he walks in the door, both his hands are like flesh-colored. And then you find out
Well,
later that,
I
yeah, that was chameleon.
I rewatched episode 1 today.
It's
Luckily I got
spectacular.
like I got like all the episodes on DVD because I think they removed it
Nice.
off all streaming services here.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Over here too.
fucking shit. Luckily for DVDs, man. But
Yeah.
there was so much like great foreshadowing in episode 1. And it's like, we've watched it so many times we can point it out. Like like even the simple stuff like Connor's injecting his arm with a serum.
Yeah.
Um, there was another great shot when they meet Eddie for the first time in the show. The camera's like the camera goes all the way back, and it focuses like on the containment, like weird,
Oh,
here where the
where the
symbiote
symbiote's
later.
going to end up.
Yeah, I was like, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Even
So
like
that's
for a split
it's
second
so
at the
good.
start. Yeah, it's they put effort into it. Look what happens when you actually care about what you're making, dude. Even like at the start, for like a split second as he's swinging along, talking about how good his summer's been. It shows Jonah Jameson for like a second, but then you don't see him again until episode 3.
Oh, Jameson's also in episode 1 as well.
Oh, is he?
Um, he he doesn't like fully he doesn't hire him, but he's just like he wants photos, and then Peter's like, I can get you photos. He tells
Oh,
him to
yeah, it's
fuck
his
off.
idea, isn't it? Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like,
Of
yeah. Then
course, I remember now.
He goes to Robbie. He's like, you know what we need? Photos of Spider-Man. That would really sell the paper. I love how like for like the rest of the episode he doesn't have his shoes.
Yeah, he's got to go back and find them. What
Yeah,
must
and,
Harry
like
think? Last he saw his mate was on the balcony as his dad got like ripped off the balcony. And then he turns around after ringing the police. His mate's gone, but his mate's shoes are still here.
Skip got him.
No.
I love just even like the way that they wrote the Spidey when he ripped like the doors ripped open from the limo. And then Spidey jumps in and he just sits there with his like leg crossed next to Norman for like 2 seconds before he jumps out.
I like when he traps Ox, and Ox has already ripped his weapon apart at one point, so he like ties him around like a flagpole with it, and he goes, "Now I know you can burst right through that, but I wouldn't recommend it." And then he swings out, leaving him, dude.
Also, I love how every time he appears, like electric guitar just starts blasting on the speakers.
Ah, yeah, dude, it's sick.
It's so cool,
Boss cartoon, dude.
especially when before like he got Ox on the flagpole,
Yeah.
he like latched onto him and then he just stops on the wall with his feet and flings him forward.
Mate, it's absolute legend cartoon. I'm up to episode 3 of season 2. We've just had Mysterio.
I love the bar fight. It was so good.
Oh yeah, where the one comes up behind him and just glasses him at the end. Love the ending where he's like, Tinker is like, "You're such an idiot. You could have made your robot look like anyone. Why did you make it look like you? And let anyone take credit for the role of Mysterio."
That show
Fucking
is
loved it.
so. We're never getting a show like that again,
No,
especially on the
it gets
Disney.
everyone except Kraven. It gets pretty spot on.
And the fact that like it actually did more of an underworld story for Goblin's insane. We never
Yeah,
see that.
you can really tell that they wanted Kingpin though over
Oh yeah.
Tombstone. Like I know like the big man is from the comics anyway, but the fact they always call him the big man and then it's Tombstone, you're a bit like, oh okay. And him being like
Yeah.
in the comics, Tombstone in the comics is just like a thug enforcer, and in this he's like wealthy philanthropist. It's clearly Wilson Fisk, but they've changed it at the last second.
The best part though is just that doesn't like Keith David voice him.
Yeah, mate. He's boss.
You can't beat that voice.
Spawn himself, dude.
I wish that they would have had more history with Robbie, but I guess that's asking for too much.
True, because like if he's a respected businessman, he would have never been, on the streets with Robbie. Robbie probably would have mentioned something when Peter went asking about Mr. Lincoln. But
That
well,
one comic, I remember like it kind of like scared me when I was a kid because it was this Tombstone issue where he's like standing and all the bodies are on the ground from
oh, I
Spectacular
know that one. Yeah,
Spider-Man.
he's like
And then
clicking
like
his knuckles or something.
yeah, and then the issue
Yeah,
ends with like Robbie fucking paralyzed and his eyes are like, you know, popping out of his head and his back's like all fucked.
Jesus. Been Nightfall.
That that issue and the mind was the mind worm. What the fuck was his name?
Oh yeah, man. Where
That that one used
creepy
to
bastard.
terrify me because like his face was just horrifying.
There is no ultimate Tombstone, is there? He's one who got away.
What what would he be like if he was in this series?
We didn't
Ooh,
have. He'd be. um. What is there? Oh
no
no, I'm
big
thinking
lucky,
Taskmaster. No Big Lucky. No Hydro Man. Uh,
no Molten Man.
true.
I actually
I
think
don't know if
Molten Man's
they're.
quite underrated.
Yeah, he's. I wouldn't pair him with. You know how people like to say like he's the fire, Sandman's ground, Electro's lightning, and they're
Yeah,
all
no,
like
yeah.
elements. I wouldn't say that. He's just like he's made of metal that gets hot. He doesn't like throw fire like the Ultimate Goblin. I love his redemption though, and I love how he turns up in Daredevil issues when Foggy's trying to shag his sister after Harry dies in Spider-Man. That's the type of connectiveness we don't get anymore. Like Harry dies in Spectacular 200, and then a little bit later in Daredevil, Foggy's making moves on Liz to the point
Also, I
where
like how
I was going to say in MC2 with Spider Girl, Foggy is Normie's stepdad. Like she does marry him.
but I like how Molten Man had like a proper redemption arc that you can
Yes,
follow like throughout the whole 30 years.
fully agree, dude. Even when have you ever read? I think it was in Peter Parker Spider Man during Civil War when he's unmasked himself. The villains have to kind of like blackmail Molten Man into joining them to go and kill Spider Man.
I vaguely remember. I remember like also didn't Deborah Whitman return and she was just an asshole?
Oh yeah, yeah. She wrote a book about how Peter like betrayed her or some shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, and
What a
everyone
clown, mate.
wasn't everyone pissed as well at her?
Rightfully so. Peter literally did nothing wrong, mate.
That whole era was just rough. Like it gets worse as well. Have
Crazy.
you seen the preview for the next Spidey issue?
I have seen one page of it where I think he's on a cave on Mars eating like a rat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
It's
What the
space now
fuck?
for some reason. How did he? I've not
It's
been.
just
I've not read Amazing for ages. How the fuck has he ended up in space?
they
What has
just they
happened?
haven't even told us yet.
Haven't they? Oh, is it another? What did Peter do? And it was nothing
It goes from issue 8 has him lose at the very end to Hellgate.
against Ares.
And then yeah, but then issue 9 and 10 is I'm guessing Ben and Kane. You're like there's no Peter. They just
I hope it's Kane.
gloss over it.
What the fuck?
So yeah, they're saving it for like the next one.
Yay. There was high hopes for this as well. Like, I remember the Hobgoblin arc at the start of this run was like, the art was meant to be sick.
I mean, I think it is the same artist that's returned for the cosmic side of it. No, I think maybe John Romita Jr. is doing the street side of it, which I'm fucking terrified.
Uh-oh. Yeah. What a world we live in now, dude, that like we don't want John Romita Jr. doing Spider-Man
He's
anymore.
just not good anymore. He's like he needs to stop. Did you see the previews for the new Ultimate Spider-Man?
No, but I've not yet read all of the most recent one, where Mary Jane
Sure.
punches Gwen in the bathroom or
Oh
something.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, yeah. She's like, I think she said something like, "How long till you get the helmet back?" And she's like, "Oh, like 7 days." And then she just freaking,
Jaws. I don't know how I completely like missed.
you know,
I've caught up to them like today, I believe it was like early morning today. I was like, oh shit, there's two that I've missed.
but I'm actually quite happy that she punched her because I think this Gwen's a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, she seems to be fucking trying to puppet master them. That was weird in that when she was like, when people want saving, it's Peter they want saving them. It's like as if he's Superman or something. We've not actually seen this Peter do much Spider-Man stuff, especially enough to be revered as like the Superman of Ultimate Marvel.
This book doesn't earn
It's not
anything.
shown it. The stupid like 1 a month gimmick hasn't shown him saving like people on the street. But
Yeah,
well.
because the 1 month release just kills it. It really does. This
Coming
Spider-Man
up
from
on
the original Ultimate's just infinitely better.
yeah, mate. I was just about to say then, coming up we've got Hollywood, where even though we've just seen Dr. Octopus get his ass kicked, he's back.
I'm actually excited for that. I think I got the Arachno Man variant, which I'm excited to see. 'Cause
Sick, mate. I think that's
do
the
you
only
prefer
costume I unlocked in Ultimate Spider-Man. Only
do
one
you
I
prefer
needed.
Arachno Man or Tobey Maguire for that story?
Arachno Man.
Oh mate, in the game, when you unlock the wrestling one, which is just the normal one but without lines,
Without webs.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like the game's already so blurry, you can't really tell a fucking difference. It's like,
It's
you know,
just never soft PS1 Spider-Man.
that's literally all it is.
What did you think then for the last, like, the six getting taken down? We didn't really see a lot of it. How come Iron Man can just load up DNA into his cannon and
That was
open
so
fire?
stupid. That
What
was,
a last second, like, where the fuck was this device all this time? That you can just
and
load
why
in
don't they
Electro's
use it
DNA.
like more?
Yeah, what the fuck? Fair play, Thor takes down Electro. We don't see it. We don't see it to the point where we don't know who's won until Thor powers down and goes, I won. Kraven gets took out by stray lightning bolt. Iron Man blasts Goblin and Sandman with their own DNA. I don't know how that's meant to kill them. And Uma forgetting. Dr. Octopus as the only like
Fucking
funny
the wasp goes into him.
Wasp gets vawed by Dr. Octopus and then open fires a stinger in his like on his fucking lungs or whatever. That's the other one that kind of made me think, okay, yeah, that would take him down. The rest was pure bullshit.
I couldn't believe that wasp. Like you could see it happen, and like she's not gonna go there, is she? And then just straight into his mouth.
Mate, if you read Ultimate, you'll see this wasp has been in where?
Oh no! I don't know. I'm
Overall,
kind of curious.
I'll send you the thing in a minute. It's her and Hank Pym using the powers for
Oh no! Oh
something a
no!
bit more exhilarating than superheroic.
Oh why?
Overall, in my eyes, shit story, shit art. What a waste of the Sinister Six name. The only development was Harry Osborn swearing revenge for what they've done to his dad.
Again, bit stupid because his dad's a psycho, but whatever.
His dad has disowned him several times. This whole
His
thing
dad
was his
literally,
dad.
his dad, the entire time is like, "I need my boy, Harry." Nah, fuck him, Peter.
Yeah, literally. So, like, his dad doesn't want him, but he'll still. This is like, I can see 616 Harry doing something similar here. Like, Norman hated his ass there as well. But when he dies and he goes, dedicates his life to revenge on Spider Man.
It's, I don't think we'll ever top the original, like Harry downfall. Harry is the
Oh,
Green
no, mate.
Goblin, like from JMD. Um,
Oh, no, mate. It's a
that story
masterpiece.
is just, we're never gonna beat that. Because a lot of the time, it just feels really forced. Like whenever they try to replicate a Harry downfall story, they haven't quite found that perfect transition that the comics did in the 616.
I reckon it's because they took the time. 616, like,
It was about
it,
30 years, wasn't it?
yeah, like the whole build up to Spectacular 200, it had the respect, it had the backstory and the lore behind it, while everything else wants to rush through it.
Mate, Spider-Man 3 bottled it so hard. I would have
And
killed for a
superhuman.
Spider-Man 3 where instead of Sandman and Venom, it was Harry wearing his dad's costume and like tripping
In the
Peter out.
costume,
But
even
could
if
you
you keep
imagine like
Sandman, go ahead.
it would have been so sick though, like Peter would freak out because he thinks that like Norman's back.
It could have been incredible. Even like in the comic where he has the creepy family dinner with a
Yeah, oh, they could
Molten
have
Man.
done that.
They could have done that, but instead of Molten Man, they could have kept Sandman. If they got to keep the stupid Sandman killed Ben shit, then you could have at least like factored him in that way.
Oh mate, we
But
could
the
have
whole
had it
Venom
all.
thing,
I
if they'd have
hate that
saved
like
Venom before,
but I hate that they set up Spider-Man 3 to be a Harry Osborn Green Goblin story from Spider-Man 2, and then they just completely sidelined it in the third.
the whole trilogy building up to this final showdown of Harry and Peter, and then giving him amnesia at the start of 3, the most sitcom ass like plot you could ever do. That Grey's Anatomy level of shit writing. Oh, he's
That's
got
Norman's
amnesia.
shit.
Stole it.
I hated how that was like, during like the drug story or even the Spectacular Spider-Man magazine from the 70s. It was
Yeah.
always like, well, Norman's like coming out of his memory loss. Oh no, he's gone back into it.
Or the constant fear of like, what if he remembers him Spider Man?
Yeah, can't get him too excited. Gets him excited.
Unhinged, dude. Coming up then, mate, we've got the Hollywood arc. But I reckon we should finish up the new animated series before long.
How many episodes do we have left?
We've got about 5, I think, 5. But 2 of them are Electro. We've got the party. Oh, yeah, that is Electro. We've got Electro 2, Head Over Heels, Silver Sable, and then the finale. So about 6 altogether. But they're all pretty damn good ones.
Two, four. Fuck, how did I miscount? Two, four.
Electro,
Yeah, we've done
Sable.
6 episodes.
Proven. And there's 13. So, yeah, 7 left.
Hmm. Well, I'm sure
Nice.
there's a couple where we could
Oh, there'll
combine.
be 2 and 2. Yeah, the finale defo, that'll be a 2-parter.
Oh yeah, it was all sorted then.
Nice.
Are we ever gonna
What
do
you got?
Spider-Man Unlimited?
When we're done with the new animated series, because apparently it's a sequel. I love the art style in that. I'm gutted it's like wasted on weird alien shit. It's got like the
Oh
perfect
yeah,
comic style.
mate. It could have been a Spider-Man 2099 show.
It should have been, really, dude, really. If you take the art style of Unlimited and then just adapt the first like 12 issues and annual of Spider-Man, you're done. That's it. You're good. You'd have to go more than 12 because Mysterio doesn't appear until 14. And then if you do the Sinister Six and you haven't set up Mysterio or like.
Oh, we also got to read
You
more
end up with shit like
Miguel
this.
stories.
We do, mate. After Ultimate, I reckon we crack on and we burst through 2099. He's the best.
Interesting. We could definitely do that.
Nice. Well then, 1 year in, going strong, kicking all kinds of
The
ass.
the takeover is well and truly here.
Protocol Panel Pal has commenced.
Oh mate, when we were leading up to the first episode, and that was the post that we were doing.
Just put Hugo every hour. You've all been
Oh,
trained for this.
that used to terrify me. You know, playing the game and like, especially in the steel mill when he was like, Protocol 10 will commence in 7 hours.
Oh
I'd
yeah, mate.
fucking freak out.
At the when you're like raiding the steel mill towards the end, when Joker's been cured, and he's like, Protocol 10 commences in 30 minutes. You've all been trained for this. And you're like, oh shit, this is bad timing because you kick the door in on Joker as it kicks off.
I also love when you're climbing Wonder Tower and you can see like all the chaos go down.
Oh, yeah, mate. You see them like bombarding the Penguins Museum.
Oh, yeah, they
Can you believe
bombed it,
no
didn't they?
super criminals died? Like, I left Deadshot open, like, yeah, he's in a shitty little monorail carriage, whatever, trapped. Just shoot a missile at that strange, that'll kill it.
Like,
And then
yeah, if you do some
Deadshot,
of the side missions, there's no way they're living.
yeah. And then, if he had have killed Deadshot there, Batman would have then survived, killed the Justice League. Whatever.
Uh,
What a mess. Boy, I'm sure glad Spidey never gets that shit storytelling.
womp womp.
What you got coming up then, before we
Um,
go?
well, I just did a Todd McFarlane video, and I've been kind
Nice,
of running with the errors
yeah,
videos.
mate. Because they've been
Um,
boss.
well, I've been trying to like, keep it a certain style, and it's like all the thumbnails have the comic backgrounds,
I
like
spotted
the
that yesterday,
collage.
and I was like, that must take him ages. That looks sick.
Oh mate, this it's annoying because like you can't even see some of them. You know, like
He's blocking
he's
out for them.
he's blocking it like like the middle of it's being blocked. Um, and I'm like, well, I put some good ones in there. You can't see them.
Mate,
But like they're not extremely difficult to do, but it is just kind of time consuming. I'm not sure what
it's
I
a
might
shame
do
there's
like
not.
a Ramita one next.
Oh, nice. It's a shame there's not like already like a background kind of montage of covers. You know, like in the back of some graphic novels, there'll be like the cover gallery, and they'll all be like
Oh
back to
yeah.
back. It's a shame there's not just one of them out there, because I'd print that shit off and put it on my wall.
Well, I mean, would there be an era video that you'd be interested in?
All of them, mate. I'm an absolute mark for Spider-Man, mate. like anything. Specifically the 80s and that, but I think you've already covered that one.
Yeah, I've covered
Yeah,
the
mate.
80s.
Decade to define Spider-Man, yeah, mate. Just like the death of the wolf and shit. Love it.
I'm not really sure. Maybe something with Mark Bagley because he's my favorite.
Ooh. You could do one
I
on
wouldn't.
Pure Ultimate.
I wouldn't even mind Eric Larson because I think he's really underrated.
I do agree. I can envision is Venom. Is he the one who did the where he smashes the mirror as he's like lifting weights? Or was that
I
Bagley?
don't. I can't. I think that might have been Bagley, but I think Eric Larson was the first to like do the tongue. You know, like to do that sort of design.
Yeah.
So he still was like a really important, you
Uh,
know, step in Venom's design evolution.
nice. And you don't often have him brought up with the greats. He might be
Unfortunately,
onto
not because it's always. I think he's because he's stuck in between Todd and Bagley.
of course.
So it's
Like the
sort of
Mount
like a.
Rushmore.
It's a bit unfair for him because you're like, you're in between the two greats. Even though he did this, the cyborg Spider-Man, so like he did that cool design.
Oh, nice.
But
Ah.
what's coming up on your channel? What we got to look forward to?
Well, if this does indeed come out on the anniversary, which it should, which will be the 30th of August, next week, mate, we've got the Leapfrog.
Oh ho ho ho!
Yes. September's a bit of a
It,
dodgy one where I'm just like, I've not got any themes for September. It's just like, as this, as that. But yeah, superheroes. There's the theme.
I love the whimsical music.
I found the perfect Leapfrog theme, and it was from a Crash Bandicoot game.
No way.
It literally
Oh,
has ribbits in the background.
I've been loving like using the game themes for Spidey
Oh,
because
yeah, there's
they're
some
so
top
good.
quality. It blows my mind how these songs have been in one game once and then they'll never ever get used ever again. Like there's some quality tunes that could be used in like movies. The Spider-Man 3 games got some like good like overarching like instrumentals. But outside of this game they've never been used since.
I don't think many games could top the 2001. There's so many good
Oh
songs.
nice.
Like I love like even they had like the sort of menu version of the classic theme that just goes like dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Dun.
dude. Even like that was back before orchestra took over everything. I hate how everything's just got to be like pure symphony strings. There's no personality to it. You could pick
Oh,
up
even
like the
like
last
the
five superhero films. You could get the last five superhero films like themes up on YouTube. Shut your eyes, and you wouldn't know what you're listening to. Like what one is which
especially
because they
with
all blend
Marvel.
together. Yeah, it's shit.
But even there's that one theme from the game where I think it's more like in the first mission, and it's sort
I
of
do
just
this.
like this, and it has like that little part where it just sort of like has a bass thing,
Oh yeah, dude. I use
and
them
then it
all the
goes back
time.
into it. And then there's the from Enter Electro, the one with the guy like making that sound every 2 seconds.
Yeah, dude. I've been using that a lot because I've just made like a shit ton of Electro videos, haven't I?
It's so good. It's just
I like
so good.
opens nearly all of them.
I used, and then I think I used nearly all of them for this one. I think for the Venom portion of the video, I did the Web of Shadows theme.
Yeah.
It felt most fitting.
Oh yeah, definitely that is his theme. The boss theme from Web of Shadows is like the go-to oh shit theme.
It's better than like. It's funny how that game is just a better Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. But even like Sony won't let you use like the song from the movies, but the songs from the games are a million times better anyway. So what the fuck? Like, no one's going to use Sandman's theme in, like, from Spider-Man 3. Everyone's going to use the one from Enter Electro where you're chasing the train. That is Sandman's theme to me. Or Shattered Dimensions. The quintessential Hammerhead theme from Shattered Dimensions.
Mate, there's so many good tunes. I just wish the Arkham games weren't copyrighted.
Oh, I know. I found a cheeky way around that I'll tell you later.
Don't want YouTube hearing this one.
Nice try, YouTube. Get your VPN and your ad blocker ready for when I spread the word.
It's sad, mate, because especially Arkham Origins, I think Christopher Drake is the composer, and he's like super strict with it.
Yeah, he's Robin, wasn't
So
he?
you should use your real name.
Christopher Drake. Belter. Right, I've got to shoot off. This has been, of course, the 1-year anniversary of the Panel Pals. I've been Skull Ryan.
I've been MNStash, and he's been Craig.
He has been Craig. Thanks for... Craig was a late addition to the crew after our old recorder died. Rest in peace, Skype, of course. In memoriam.
You know, Skype sacrificed itself for us.
Did you give Skype a chance? Did you?